Welcome to Spider-Verse Minute, the tri-weekly podcast where we watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 minute at a time. I'm Caroline Slater.
And I'm her brother Sean.
And today we are discussing Minute 82. It starts with Jeff continuing his speech to Miles, and ends a minute later with Miles rolling from the door.
What did you title this minute?
I'm glad you asked. I have titled this minute, "This movie loves to make me cry!"
Yeah, this is the ending bit of the, sad emotional stuff. And, this is, I think, one of my favorite speeches in movies as a whole.
It's a great movie speech.
Yeah.
And it's a great dad speech as well.
Yeah, it's a really good dad speech. I like, as he's talking to Miles near the beginning, one of the things is him tapping his hat. You can tell he's kind of fidgeting around and is nervous about what he's saying.
Oh yeah, you can tell this is out of his comfort zone sort of way. But I love it. It's very vulnerable. It's very honest. The animators did such a fantastic job at getting both Jeff's facial expressions and Miles, especially Miles, since he's gagged.
Yeah.
He can't speak. Of getting their facial expressions across and their body language across so well.
I also liked the way they started talking, and then it kind of leads into this. But the characters start on opposite sides of the screen when he first starts the speech last minute, and then he was the first one to move to the center of the screen, and move to the center, while it takes Miles until this part or coming in here for him to actually scooch towards the center as well, and have them both closer to each other then. But it's his dad that kind of makes that first step at I guess reconciliation.
Yeah, it's great visual storytelling of their relationship.
Yeah.
In this moment.
And I loved Jeff's line of talking about the spark that he sees in Miles.
I love that line.
And he says especially but it's yours, and whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great.
I wrote that down as well, because it's the first time in this movie that it's less about Miles' expectations and he gets a choice now.
Yeah, this is exactly his dad taking the expectations. His dad has expectations for Miles, and he pushes Miles, but it's because it's less expectations that you'll do this or that, and more expectations that you will do something and you will do it well, and
you'll do great at it.
Yeah, and whatever you choose to do with it, I'm gonna push you to be great because I know you will be great.
Yeah, and I do truly love that, and it's such a Miles' reaction when he says whatever you choose to do with it, it's such a sweet. I don't think little boy-esque is the right word, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. That, just sort of that little boy looking up to his dad type of look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely, when he hears it, you can tell he kind of it was something he needed to hear at that point.
Yeah. And
he's almost got this sorrowful look on his face of kind of either a mix between oh, I wish I would have sort of known this earlier, you waited until now to tell me this, and also
could have used this advice much sooner, Dad.
And also just him not being able to reply right now and really wanting to.
Yeah.
He almost just feels like he wants to jump up and give his dad a big hug, but he can't right now because he's tied up. Yeah.
He's a little preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah.
This goes a little bit back to the visual storytelling we were talking about earlier, but I love how sort of this moment between them ends with Miles leaning his head on the door and Jeff having his hand resting on the door.
Yeah. And do they show this? Oh no, his dad moves away when they show the split shot.
Yeah, once the split screen. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I love that bit of like they're connected even though they're separated. Like that metaphysical connection is still there even though they're physically separated.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the shot with the wall creating sort of like like comic panels.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorite shots in the whole film.
We're getting to my favorite shot, but this one is very close a second. The last two things I want to bring up are what Jeff says. I love you. You don't have to say it back though.
Yeah.
Like it's such a sweet callback.
Yeah.
To me. And then I like how after that he kind of pauses, he looks down, he sees the shadow of someone behind the door, and he knocks like one last time.
Yeah, that double knock, like first I really like how they use the sound marks for it to like, the little pop lines, but like I feel like that has to be from something else, or that's just culturally ingrained, because I do that a lot too.
The double knock?
Yeah, you just do the double like knock to say goodbye essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a like natural reaction to something, but I'll do that too, where it's like, okay, knock knock and then walk away.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed like him do that. I'm like, I do that too. I like Jeff.
Is that a good thing? I hope so.
Yeah. But like I feel like Dad might do it too, maybe. But
I've never noticed if he does.
Yeah, it's
I don't think I do it, and I don't think Mom does it.
Yeah, I typically associate it with men doing it. So I don't know if that's just because I've only noticed it with like subconsciously noticed it with them, and maybe everyone does it, but it's something. It's like a that sort of not. It feels like it's that kind of like something you do when you're suppressing your feelings, and you're like, okay, walk away. This is my exit now. Gotta go push those feelings down somewhere else.
It's like John Mulaney says, I'm just gonna hold all my feelings right here, real deep down, keep them bottled up, and then one day I'll die. No, he was talking about Irishmen then, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. And I also like as in that split shot as Jeff walks away, like Miles is looking up at where his dad was.
Mm-hmm.
And has that look of sadness on there as well.
He's a boy who just wants his dad.
Yeah, it's a very like you had said earlier, it's a very good dad speech.
Oh yeah.
And hope that if I ever have to make a cool speech like that, it'll be just as good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's like, look, you just end up using the exact same speech because you can't think of anything better.
Just and like don't even substitute whoever's name. I just like sometimes people drift apart, Miles, and they're like, who's Miles? You're like, I don't know.
Knowing you would probably name your kid after Miles. like your kid's upset and like your spouse, whoever they are, just goes, Can you go talk to Miles? Like he's upset. And she's like, I've been waiting my whole life for
it's
this
my time to shine.
Like this is why we named him Miles. What are you talking about? Like, this is why I named him Miles.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you is, what do you think would have happened if his dad had gotten there sooner, and it was either like before the spider people had come in, and it was like Well, first, what do you think would have happened if it was when Miles was just like raging out and his dad was there? Like his dad showed up. Do you think he would have like suddenly gone really quiet and then just turned invisible and like hidden, or like?
I don't know. I feel like at that if his dad came to his door while he was raging out, I feel like Miles would have kind of forgotten about everything else and just opened the door.
Yeah.
And they might have had like a similar moment.
Just like opened it very angrily, and his dad just like really confused.
Like,
It's like, why are you angry? Schoolwork.
I feel like his dad would very similarly be like how his dad reacted when Miles comes rushing in after This Universe's Peter died.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, hey, like, kind of grabbed him, sort of like, let's calm down, like, let's get level-headed here, like, hey, something happened, like, what's going on? He probably then would have also seen the spider suit, and he's like, Miles, is there something you need to tell me? Like, wait a sec, because, let's say, Jeff isn't dumb. I think he would have been able to put two and two together really fast.
Yeah. Maybe. I feel like Miles would have been able to wiggle out of that one relatively
I don't know, with
easily.
how emotional he was, I think it would have been a little hard for him to weasel out of it. I feel like he would have just gone up front with how emotional he was.
Maybe.
I don't know, it would have been interesting.
Yeah. And then like the other time I was thinking that it would be really funny was if it was after Genki had walked in, but before like all the other spider people had left. And just like they're all hiding on the ceiling right above it, and his dad just knocks.
No, what I was picturing is like, so Genki comes in and Jeff's there, so he like lets Jeff in.
Yeah.
And so they're all just hiding up the ceiling, and Miles is like, crap, it's my dad! Genki looks up, and so does Jeff, and he's like, Miles, how are you on the ceiling? And then all of a sudden you just hear Spider Pig go, do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out. And Jeff is just like, what? Genki still passes out.
No, Jeff had totally just taken the stride, be like, no, they don't.
He probably just been real confused, like, they don't. Miles, what's happening? Like, is that another Spider-Man? Like, you're dead. Yeah, it's complicated, Dad.
Yeah.
Why are there so many of you? Why is that one in black and white? Like, he's just asking all the questions, and they're just like, okay, we don't have time for this. Listen.
Miles, you stay here, explain it to your dad. We gotta head out real quick.
Like, I need to go with him. Sorry, Dad. Swings out. It's like, don't leave me there.
Yeah.
You get a different movie then.
Yeah. Did you have anything else for this minute?
No, those are the last of my notes.
The last little bit I wanted to touch on then is a much more lighthearted one, and I can't tell if it's just my eyes playing tricks on me or not, but in that split screen shot, it looks like the microwave is just kind of floating there with a beam of light coming out the bottom of it. I can't really like the way the shadows play and everything. I can't tell what it's resting on, or if it's hanging from underneath the desk and it's not actually sitting on anything. But beneath the pressure cooker, there's what looks like a microwave anyway.
Is it part of the desk? Is it like...
Yeah, so that's what I think it might be. It's just like attached from the top and it's just hanging underneath there.
I think that's what it is. Or like they somehow like put it in like a shelf unit or something, like where there's a drawer supposed to be there, they put the microwave there instead.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what that yellow beneath it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that was the last thing I noticed
UFO.
for this minute.
That's funny, I didn't notice that one.
Thank you for joining us this Monday for Minute 82. Join us on Wednesday to watch Minute 83 and see how Miles reacts after hearing his father's motivating speech.
See you next time.
Bye.